Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I will be reviewing Wise, a fintech company that offers debit cards and international money transfer services amongst other things. And before I start, I just want to make very clear that the limits and conditions that I will share will be for Spanish accounts of Wise. However, Wise operates very similarly all across the globe. They are available in most countries around the world. So if you are not from Spain, if you are from somewhere else, I think that this video will still be very relevant. You just need to afterwards go and check the specific conditions that apply to your own country. To understand the company and where it is now, I think that it is relevant to share very briefly the story of how it was founded. Basically, there were two friends that were from Estonia, both living in London. One was getting paid in pounds and the other one in euros. And they both had to send money back to their home country because of mortgage, family reasons, whatever. And in doing so, they realized how expensive the fees charged by traditional banks were and also how bad the currency conversion rates were. With it, we can easily see that the focus of the company is on offering low-cost international money transfers. However, this is not everything that they are offering, as they also have the debit cards with competitive fees when traveling abroad. Let's start with international money transfers. First, if you want to transfer money between countries but with the same currency, you pay a flat fee of 44 cents per transfer. I tested it with euros, and at least this was how much the cost was for me. I understand that this is not the main use that people make of the services of Wise, as they mostly transfer money internationally but in a different currency, and here is another story. But for people living in the Eurozone, we can transfer money between bank accounts at €0 cost, so I would definitely not use Wise to transfer money between, euro accounts within the Eurozone, because this is something that you can already do and for free with traditional bank accounts. Going to international transfers in a different currency, the fees are quite variable. I did 3 tests converting 1,000 euros to US dollars, Great Britain pounds and Indian rupees, and the fees were of between 0.56 to 0.67% of variable fee plus a fixed fee that ranged between 45 to 52 cents. I did other tests with other currencies which I didn't take screenshots of, and what I could see was that the less popular a currency is, the higher the fees charged by Wise. I am guessing that they do this because they don't want to risk losing money on more volatile currencies. Something cool is that they have a comparison tool that shows you how much it would cost for you to do the same money transfer with another provider, and you can see the savings. For instance, for a test I did with transferring 1,000 euros to US dollars, it was 4.79 euros cheaper than the next competitor and significantly cheaper than some traditional banks. You have the link down below in the description in case you want to do some tests yourself. Now let's go into the other part of their business, which is the debit cards that they offer and everything around them. Firstly, to get the debit card, you need to pay €7 one-time fee, which is also similar to how it works with other competitors, like for instance Revolut. Inside your Wise account, you can keep more than 50 different currencies at the same time. The currency conversion rates that Wise charges start at 0.43%, but really depend on the currency that you are trying to exchange, as they are not fixed. I did some tests with their calculator, and to transfer euros to other main currencies like the Great Britain pound or US dollars, the fees were of 0.56%, and with not so popular currencies like for instance the Indian rupee, the fees were of 0.65%, and similarly to what I mentioned before, the less known the currency is or the less popular, the more they charge. The good thing is that the rates that Wise uses are the real exchange rates, like the ones shown by, Google or Reuters. I checked and compared the fees of Wise with those from MasterCard, which are the ones that N26 for instance uses, or the ones of Revolut, which Revolut has their own exchange rates, and the ones of Wise were in almost every single case the best. Between these 3 providers, to pay in a different currency when traveling abroad or when not traveling abroad, it seems like the best is N26, as they use the MasterCard's exchange rate and they charge no fees on top of that. And afterwards, it's a pretty close call between Wise and Revolut. Because with Wise, although the exchange rates are better, since they charge a commission, at the end of the day, they end up being very similar to how much Revolut charges. I didn't mention anything about it before, but with Wise you can choose to either convert the money within your account, where you can keep more than 50 different currencies and afterwards pay with your debit card, or you can just have one currency in your account and automatically when you pay with your debit card, it does the conversion in that moment. And for paying abroad, Wise seems to be a pretty good option, but you need to check upfront the fees that Wise charges depending on the currency that you need, because as you know, these might be different. The next topic is ATM withdrawals. With Wise, you have 2 free ATM withdrawals a month up to a maximum of 200 euros. After that, you pay a 1.75% fee with a minimum of 0.5 euros per withdrawal. What happens though if you want to withdraw abroad in a different currency? The same logic applies, but on top of that there will be the currency exchange rate being applied, which the rates I already shared them previously. You also have to keep in mind, especially when withdrawing abroad, that on top of the fees charged by Wise, usually there are often fees charged by the ATM operator itself. Besides the international transfers and the debit card, Wise also offers the possibility to activate the interest account, which currently gives a 3.24% for euros and a 4.69% for Great Britain pounds. However, the rates are variable. If I understood it correctly, this 3.24% is what would be left for you net, as the returns are higher, but there is a commission of 0.37% from Wise and 0.10% from the fund manager, so a total of 0.47% in fees, which are already deducted, and that's why the return is then just shown as 3.24%. Finally, I want to highlight that Wise is technically not a bank, but an electronic money account. That's how they call it, which means that it is not covered by the bank protection schemes. However, they are required to safeguard your money, and the money that you have in their account, they keep it roughly 40% in cash, and the 60% remaining are in government bonds or money market funds, which are very safe investment generally. Although the money is safeguarded, personally, I wouldn't keep that much money inside your Wise account, because if the company were to go bankrupt, it could be problematic to get all the money back, as there is no guarantee from the state or the European Union, which for banks usually covers up to 100,000 euros per account. Before I give you my honest opinion, I also checked the reviews in Trustpilot and Google Play and found that Wise has a 4.2 out of 5 in Trustpilot and a 4.7 out of 5 in Google Play, which are very good reviews. Compared to Revolut or N26, it seems like users are generally very satisfied, similarly to with Revolut, but with N26 there seems to be many users which are not happy at all. I must say that I have been using N26 for quite a while now and I'm super satisfied with them, but I guess that that's not the case for everyone. Now it is time for my opinion. What do I think of Wise? Personally, I see Wise as a very good option to transfer money internationally in different currencies, and I absolutely love the transparency policy with their fees. The debit card offered is also not bad at all, but having other options out there like N26 or Revolut, I would rather open an account with either one of them. So if you're planning on opening a Wise account just to have the debit card, I just see better options out there. The reason for that is that the fees that are quite similar to those charged by Revolut or N26, but both Revolut and N26 are now registered banks in Spain, which means that any money that you have in their account is covered with up to 100,000 euros. This is for me the main difference. As for the rest, the debit card is actually very competitive and certainly much better than most traditional banks. What about you though? What do you think of Wise? Do you have an account open with them? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, and as always, see you next time.